No intro today, we are getting straight to the point. I have been playing the Tekken series for a very long time. My first introduction to Tekken is when my uncle introduced me to Tekken 3, which came out in the 90s. Damn, I'm getting old. And Tekken has come a very long way since then. Each new release, new changes, game evolves over time, some for better and others for yeah, throw that shit in the garbage. Don't nobody want that. Trash. And recently I come back to Tekken 8 after not playing the game for months. The last time I played this game is when I made the What Your Mate Says About You video that I made. And I see the game still has the same problems it has. So now it's time for me to make that video about everything I hate about Tekken 8. Now let me get this out of the way first. I'm not making this video to hate on this game or trash on this game whatsoever. I'm making the video to overall make the game better as a whole. Tekken is my favorite fighting game series of all time, and I really want to see this game thrive and for the game to be the best it can be. And it's very telling that the developers for Tekken, they're so used to doing the arcade release and then doing the release for console. This is the very first time Tekken had a worldwide release because there is a lot of problems wrong with this game, man. Now I yapped enough, let's get into it. Tekken 8 has a lot of different game modes to choose from. Whether you want to play the story, whether you want to face the Ghost in Arcade Quest, Super Ghost Battle, Arcade Battle, Versus, Practice, Tekken Ball, Gallery for everything in the game, online modes, you name it. But there's some staple Tekken modes that have not been in Tekken for so long, and I just don't understand why they're not. The one that I've been asking for the most for years now is Tekken Force. Tekken Force was first introduced in Tekken 3, and it was essentially a side-scroll beat-em up to where you'd be facing all these enemies and then have a boss at the end of the level. And then each time you would complete a level, you would go to completely different areas. I really like the concept of this, and it's actually kind of funny because in chapter 10 of the main story, they actually have a mode like this. It kind of ruined me when I beat the story just to see there's no Tekken Force on the actual game. We haven't had this game mode since Tekken 4. Bring it back, please! Team Battle is one that's also missing, a mode to where you could pick multiple Tekken characters at a time versus the other team and see who wins, whether you're playing with your friends or whether you're playing with the CPU. I love this game mode a lot. This game mode hasn't been in Tekken either. Again, why? Tekken Bowl, let's be honest. Let's not be surprised if we Tekken Bowl again a DLC for Tekken 8. I mean, considering the way the monetization is in this game, I mean, they added a battle pass. I mean, do I need to say much? Online tournament mode from Tekken 7 to where you're able to have so many people in the lobby have like a tournament and the two best players at the very end verse each other to be able to win a trophy. This game mode was cool. There's so many sick things that can happen when you play an online tournament mode. And then the crazy thing about it, if you go to the online section for the main menu for Tekken 8, they have PS5 tournament events, but they don't have an online tournament mode for the game? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. So I would love to see all of these Tekken modes come back. Also, it kind of doesn't make sense to me that Tekken Ball has an offline option for it, but when you go to the online section on the main menu, there's no Tekken Ball there, even though you can play Tekken Ball online. So instead you have to go to the Tekken Fight Lounge and then go to the Tekken Ball area. Just give it to where Tekken Ball can be on the online main menu, please. Also, a quick quality of life change for practice mode real quick. I would love the option to set whatever part of the stage that you would like to go to while playing Tekken 8. So if you want to go all the way to the left of the stage, all the way to the right of the stage, whatever axis of the stage you want to go to, instead of having to actually reproduce it, that would be very cool. And for stages that you actually want to like floor break, have the option to where you can automatically floor break the stage, so that way you can actually learn your floor breaks combos better. And I feel like that would be a great change for everyone. Also, to be able to select whatever part of the stage that you actually want to go on, I feel like that would be so sick to me and that would be so cool. I just accepted for Tekken that we are never going to have a customization like we have for Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag 2. Because let me tell you, Tekken 8 is the worst customization for the game in the Tekken series. I do not care. So you're probably wondering, Jaitiy, what makes the customization for this game so bad? So let me give you a premise, right? Let's say, for example, you're a Jin main. And you know that one character episode that if you finish with Jin and he's wearing a black tank top with his default outfit pants and shoes? Let's say, for example, that you're actually trying to make that. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't allow you to. Because for some reason, in this game, they decided you can no longer mix and match things, which you were able to do in previous Tekken games. Nah, it's not over yet. You can't even change the color of certain things anymore that you want to change the colors for. So we're still on Jin, right? You remember his classic gi that you're actually able to change the flame color on in previous games? Well, guess what? They don't allow you to do that because there's not an option for it, and it's like this for multiple things. But no. It's still not over yet.
Come on, man.
Because the accessory of this game is trash. Why in this game do they make it so hard to place it on your neck and to put stuff on your ears? I'm better off playing Dev Jam 5 for New York because at least they understand the simple premise of earrings going on your ears and a chain going on your neck, nigga. Damn!
We straight gassing, cutting straight to the bricks.
Character customization is what makes Tekken so special. I mean, I didn't see what Tendo and Chrome was doing in customization. Let us have freedom to be able to do what we want in customization. Not make it to where they're just like, oh, creativity? You can't have that. Bro, it's Tekken 8! It's 2024, man!
Yeah, now we
funny
going
if he got a Minnie Mouse fit. That would be hilarious. Let's just go to the next section. This junk got me heated, bro. Now we made it to Tekken 8 Social and Tekken 8 Online. Now you're probably wondering, Jaitiy, what do you mean by Tekken Social? I mean the way that you add friends, invite friends, etc. Because this system is not good. So for me, I'm on PlayStation 5. If someone is on the same platform as me and I want to invite them to a game or whatever, it's very easy to do so. But if someone is not on the same platform as me, then I gotta go out of my way just to be able to add them. You either have to go to the Tekken Fight Lounge, go to the region and the lobby that you're trying to go to, tell your homies or your homegirl what region you picked and where you're going to, you guys meet up, and then you're able to add each other. Or you have to do option 2 to where you have to go to the replays and then search for their Tekken ID, and it's just like, bro, ain't nobody got time for that. And even to go to a further extent, let's say one of your homies or homegirls invites you to a lobby, you accept to join the lobby if someone wants to join the lobby. But the problem is, I can't invite them to the lobby because I'm not the host. So when the host is done with the game, the only person they can invite are people who is on their same platform as them that they have added, or people who are on their friends list in general. And I feel like that's not really the wave, man. Not everybody wants to add everyone just to be able to play with them, block them, whatever, etc. Whatever is going on. Why don't they have a search menu on the main menu for Tekken 8 to where that way you can just search for the player's name or their Tekken ID? And the same thing for when people make lobbies. It's like, instead of having to add everyone just to be able to play with them, make it to where when you hit the sub-menu button, you're actually able to have a search option so that way you can invite who you want to invite by name or Tekken ID. I feel like it would make it so much easier because I feel like on this game you're going out of your way just to be able to play with people. Also, to whoever the host is in that set lobby, when you open the sub menu, they should have the option to be able to change the lobby as how they want it to be. So for example, instead of the host having to back all the way back out just to make a new lobby again, they have settings to where you can change the set values, they have settings to change the number of participants, how many group sections you can have in a lobby. It will make it so much easier for the host and just everyone that's involved. And then speaking on the Tekken Fight Lounge as well, I feel that if you're in the Tekken Fight Lounge and you are near someone, you should be able to fight them then and there. It's kind of funny like how you're able to face their ghost right then and there, but as far as playing with them, the only way you can play with people is if you go to arcade cabinets, which I understand they're trying to bring that old school feeling for like the people like me who came from the arcade era and like who have to fight each other on cabinets. That's cool and all, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This is a very different times. Not everyone came from that era and not everyone cares about that like we do. I'm just sorry, but I'm just telling the truth of how it is. That's just real. It's crazy to think that the very first time I played Tekken online was with Tekken 6 with the console release in 2009. Tekken 8 definitely has to feel like the worst online experience I ever dealt with as a whole. So the first thing I want to talk about is quick matches, because that's the area I be in the most because I'm someone who doesn't really care about my rank. As you can see, I'm still a strategist. I like to play sets with my homies, and I also like to lab a lot. I play to learn and not essentially play to win, if that makes sense. But what I really don't understand in this game is that quick matches and rank matches are both first to 2. Now ranked, I understand why that's a thing, because that's really for the people who like very competitive, people who go to tournaments, or people who just want to play ranked to play ranked, right? But for quick matches, I don't really get that. You're not losing any points or anything. Like, I don't understand why you can't just infinite rematch the person in a quick match and face the same person over and over and over and over again. Because let's be honest, bro, you're not going to be seeing the same character all the time in Tekken. Of course, there's meta characters, but like characters that like you normally don't see and you want to learn the matchup to get better in that matchup. I don't like the fact that I just had to do a first to 2 and then I just gotta hold that and just go to the next match. Like, just give me the option to infinite rematch people. This one is for quick and ranked matches. It's kind of crazy how the developers have been promoting this replay system to where like how you're able to actually deal with opponents, and I've been loving using the replay system, by the way. But the problem with the replay system is that you have to go out of your way just to get there. Like, after the set is over, you have to go back to the main menu, go to your replays, go to the certain matchup you want to go to, and then you're actually able to go to the replay that you want to see, whether you won or you lost. I feel like that's just really doing too much work. Like, I feel like after every game, there should be an option to where as soon as you lose a game, you can go to the replay right after you finish the set with someone. You don't understand how much this would help with people who are struggling with matchups besides the infinite rematches. This would help so much. Because right now, if we're going to be honest, a lot of people on Tekken 8, they play flowcharty and they autopilot because they don't really know how to deal with characters. And if you get the incentive to actually put the replay system as soon as they lost, they might actually say, hey, you know, let me go actually see what I did wrong, how I can deal with this character better, and learn from that. And I feel like a lot of people want to just rely on that flowchart and the way they've just been playing and actually learn how to play the game better as a whole. And for people like me who just love the lab and such, that will make it so much better for me because I hate going out of my way in any game just to be able to do something. And for the people who do play Tekken 8 ranked, I feel so sorry for y'all, man. Because y'all be putting so much time into effort how to get better at the game, how to deal with characters, to get to the highest rank just to deal with the same BS over and over and over again. People who are constantly one and doneing. People who are clearly boosting. Dealing with pluggers because there's no repercussions for people who are actually plugging in this game. And for the other person who didn't plug, it feels like they had their time wasted because they had to deal with a plugger and now they have to go to the next game because that game they didn't earn anything. The sad part about it, the only way to really deal with someone, you have to go on Twitter and use hashtag T8_report. And I feel like this shouldn't even have to be necessary for things like cheating, boosting, etc. This should only be for like game bug fixes like hitboxes and such like that. And even if you go on Twitter right now, you can clearly see, even though they said they are banning people and catching people for cheating and such, there are people in the community still saying that cheaters and such are still around in this game. It is crazy that Tekken is in the year 2024 and things like this are still happening. People need to be required in rank to finish the set. People need to get their points for actually people rage quitting. Now, some things happen sometimes, weather happens sometimes, that's completely fine. But if you're constantly rage quitting, that's not cool for the other person who spent their time actually not rage quitting in this game. And you know what else I hate with a passion? Tekken 8's netcode. Now, the developers did say there is rollback netcode in this game, but I'm going to be honest with you, I cannot tell. Now, I will say this connection is better than Tekken 7's netcode. That's not really saying much because Tekken 7's netcode was complete and utter ass. Like, I don't be facing people on Wi-Fi all the time because Tekken 8, it clearly is not a game that can handle Wi-Fi at all. And even playing on LAN connections, I'm still dealing with games where it's over 100 ms having rollback frame issues, and it feels like I'm playing on a toaster. And not to mention, the PC benchmarks does absolutely nothing for this game. And then not to add on top of that, I'm playing Lee, one of the hardest characters to play in Tekken, because most of his combos require you to do misstep cancels. So if there's any lag whatsoever, I feel like I can't even play my character because it won't allow me to. Like, it is honestly crazy that Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat XL, and Street Fighter 6 for me really set the bar of like how fighting game netcode should be like. And Killer Instinct when it came out was a free-to-play game. The developers really cared about the online so much. That game was so great to play online. And the crazy thing is, for Tekken 8, before you even go online, there's no filter to where if you want to face Wi-Fi and LAN connection or just the option to face LAN connections. Like, come on, Tekken, man. Where's this feature at? And it's honestly one of the reasons why I don't really be playing Tekken 8 online like that as much as I love this game. Besides the other things I told you about. The last little small detail area that I want to talk about that people talked about Tekken 8 was the monetization practices for this game. I've always been the firm believer of if I don't like something, I'm not going to buy it. But I will say there are some things in the monetization that Tekken 8 definitely needs to do better. One of them is the battle pass. The very first battle pass for this game was complete atrocious. The blender ball. That blender ball got beamed to death and it was so funny. And I also don't like to where they have like the certain special effects for your avatars to where you can only use it a certain amount of times and then you're gonna have to be able to buy it again. Like just have an option to where they're able to buy it all as opposed to just buying it for a certain amount of times because you know there are some people who would actually want to do that. But one thing I do not like the most, and this is not even just a Tekken problem, this is a fighting game problem. I do not like the fact that I have to feel forced just to buy DLC characters that comes to fighting games. The only way you're actually able to lab the matchups against these characters is you have to buy the characters. Because for me, I'm not going to be buying Eddie Gordo or Lydia because personally for me, I don't really care about playing either of those characters. You can't lab against the DLC you didn't buy in the lab, and that replay system that Tekken that is so great, you're not even able to use it unless you buy the characters. Or unless you have some friends that main Eddie Gordo or who is going to main Lydia or whatever DLC is coming to Tekken. But let's be honest, not everybody has friends who's going to main Eddie Gordo or Lydia. That really needs to change because to me, that's always been scummy ever since they've been doing that. Also, side note real quick, if we were able to use our actual money that we earned in game in the Tekken shop, that would actually be really cool, but is it going to happen? Probably not. Well, that's everything I gotta say about everything I hate about Tekken 8, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know there's things I probably missed. Again, I haven't played Tekken for 3 months, so like, there's probably some new things that have been happening that I don't know about. I'm essentially talking about the main things I've been having problems with in this game. Also, shout out to Momo and Gino for helping me with footage in this video. Y'all are real ones. But yeah, that's really all I got today. Until next time, I'll catch y'all later to better days. Jenna.